If you're flying from Europe to South America, KLM's Boeing 777 Business Class is one of the most relevant options out there. Today I fly for 12.5 hours to Lima to find out what KLM long haul feels like in 2026. My journey started early in the morning in Kristiansand, Norway, with a short connection in Amsterdam. And this is actually one of KLM's biggest strengths. Through Schiphol, KLM connects even smaller European cities to the rest of the world with one easy transfer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think KLM is the airline that connects most European cities to the rest of the world. Which is actually pretty cool, given that the Netherlands is just a small country. Schiphol as an airport is also amazing to connect through. It's really easy and everything is gathered in one terminal. With 2 hours to kill, I decided to check out KLM's Crown Lounge. And first impressions are really strong. The entrance with the Delft houses looks amazing. The lounge itself is huge, with showers, a bar, different seating zones and even a spa. The food selection is also quite decent. For me personally, the only downside is that it tends to be quite crowded. It was finally time to head to the gate. Today we're departing gate E18, which was only a 10-minute walk from the lounge. The plane that will take us to Lima today is a 10-year-old Boeing 777-300, which has arrived this morning from India. Boarding was right on time, and as business class passenger, you board first. Once aboard the 777, the business class is arranged in a 1-2-1 layout, so every passenger has direct aisle access. On a 12-hour flight, that is important. My original seat today was 5A, a window seat in the main cabin. The seat itself is solid. You get great personal space, decent storage and a fully flat bed around 2 meters. Waiting for me at my seat was a bottle of water, an amenity kit, noise-cancelling headphones, a pillow and a duvet. What I found a bit disappointing is that KLM doesn't offer mattress topper for the seat. Don't get me wrong, the seat is amazing, I'm just getting into some details. Before departure, I was offered a welcome drink, and of course, I went for a local beer. As we settle in for departure from Amsterdam, I want to give a big thanks to Luxury Flight Club for sponsoring this video. Luxury Flight Club is a business class flight deal alert service for people flying out of Europe. They find return flights from Europe to worldwide destinations for as low as 1,200 to 1,800 euros, often half of what you'd normally pay. Since 2019, they've shared more than 1,300 deals and now have over 184,000 members. You can try it for free at luxuryflightclub.com/join, and I'll also leave a link in the description. Now, let's continue with the flight.
And on behalf of the entire crew, I wish you a warm welcome on this flight to Lima. Our flight time today is 12 hours and 30 minutes, 12.5 hours.
After takeoff, the in-flight service began with a hot towel, always a nice way to freshen up after departure. Shortly after, I had a look through the menu to see what KLM would be serving on this long daytime flight to Lima. The menu looked quite promising, with a proper multi-course business class meal, including a starter, main course, desserts and drinks throughout the flight. "30 minutes after takeoff, dinner service started with a delicious appetizer consisting of Dutch Gouda cheese and an amuse-bouche with soft cheese, salmon and herbs. For the first course, I chose the beef tartare, which was genuinely tasty. It was accompanied by fresh bread and a salad. I also really liked the presentation here. The ceramic details, plate design and elegant cutlery all felt very KLM, adding a bit of character to the meal service. For the main course, I had the fish. It didn't look especially impressive, but it tasted much better than it looked. Juicy, flavorful and actually very good. Dessert was another nice moment. The crew offered me both the cheese platter and the mango mousse instead of making me choose one. That may sound like a small thing, but it made the service feel generous and personal. Overall, the dinner service was a pleasant surprise with good flavors and a relaxed pace. After an exceptional dinner, it was time to relax. I noticed that KLM's mini cabin was almost empty, so I asked the crew to switch seats. This cabin is much quieter and more private, almost like a little cabin within the cabin. With the privacy door closed, I made the seat into a bed. It's wide, fully flat and almost 2 meters long. Although a mattress topper would have made it even better. Still, I got around 2 hours of really good rest. After a good 2 hours sleep, I decided to check out the amenities. The Amenity Kit had everything I needed, although the bag itself could have felt a bit more premium. A little later, the crew noticed I was awake and offered me an ice cream, which was perfect as I browsed through the entertainment system. With a great selection of movies, I settle in for a while, so enjoy the views for the next minute. After enjoying amazing views and a couple of movies, it was time for the pre-landing meal. I chose the shrimp salad together with a chicken rice and a cake. Overall, really tasty and a great way to end an amazing flight. Towards the end of the flight, business class passengers receive one of KLM's famous Delft blue houses. I really like this tradition. Each house is inspired by a real Dutch building and filled with Dutch Genever. And in case you didn't know, there's an app out there to help you keep track of the houses you collect. Another highlight on this flight was the crew. They were warm, friendly and present throughout the flight, checking the cabin, offering drinks and making the service feel personal rather than routine. Let's buckle up for landing and I'll share my final thoughts once on the ground.
Crew, take your seats.
Good afternoon or good evening. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off, and please be careful when opening the overhead compartment as items may have shifted and could fall out.
And here we are in Lima. So, would I fly KLM's 777 Business Class again? Yes, I would. It may not be the flashiest product, but it gets many details right. The Dutch touches, the Delft house, the food, and especially the warm human service. 2 simple upgrades would make it even stronger. A better amenity kit bag and a mattress topper. But overall, a very solid and enjoyable way to fly from Europe to South America. Now, what are your thoughts on KLM's business class? Feel free to share in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my content. Thanks so much for watching.